Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Geeky Gaming Counselor here, doing a light story for you this Wednesday morning, or whenever you're watching this. Just know that I am still overcoming a cold, and I did like two 40-minute videos yesterday, so this is going to be a little short. Today, we're talking about Nintendo. That's right. You love them, you hate them. Mostly people are starting to hate them, because Nintendo is now cracking down on emulators. Now, if you remember, there was another emulator, I completely forget what it's called, but they shut it down for the Nintendo Switch because they were actually encouraging pirating of games like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. But you have Ryujinx, which is being shut down now, which was supposedly immune because it was just an emulator. They weren't selling anything. It was just as is. The package deal was just an emulator. The main, Yuzu, that's it. They were actually pushing for piracy, and that's where they encouraged it, and they got caught. So Nintendo may have just won its battle to put the most popular Nintendo Switch emulators out of business. In March, it sued Yuzu out of existence, and now it may have convinced Yuzu's primary competitor, Ryujinx, to go away too. Ryujinx's download page is now empty. Its GitHub is gone, and emulator's ex-social media page, an official Discord, now contains a possible explanation. Nintendo got to its lead developer and convinced them to shut down the project for good. I wonder if they hired the Pinkertons or someone like, we're gonna shank you if you don't. Oh wait, is there a Japanese mafia? I don't know. Yesterday, Chan was contacted by Nintendo and offered an agreement to stop working on a project. I wonder if offer an agreement as if they were going to pay him not to do it anymore. Like, if he gets paid for this, like, hell yeah, I would take the money too. Remove the organization, all related assets he is in control of, while awaiting confirmation whether he would take this agreement. The organization has been removed, so I think it's safe to say what the outcome is. Rather than leave you with only panic and speculation, I decided to write this short message to give some closure. These words are my own. I don't want to speak for anyone else. Just remember that while reading. Thank you to everyone who has contributed code, documentation, or issue reports to the project. Thank you all for following us throughout the development. Was able to learn a lot of really neat things about games that I love, enjoy them with renewed quantities. I'm just going to pull it up. Extending my mass thanks to moderation team who have been there through some rough circumstances. Always ways to make light of it. Let's kind of see what people are saying. I don't really believe in hard work going unrecognized, so I'm going to quickly go over some stuff. We had working iOS port that ran really well. Thanks to amazing work on special memory code or mode with a partition address that both emulated whatever that is, pages, 4KB pages, and squeezed the process address to fit within ridiculous restrictions. Without a UI or easy way to run JIT untethered, it remained novelty, so was not released. Hardware was great, but unfortunately that's wrapped up in pointless restrictions. So there's the ports. So y'all sold out, that's it. Sounds like extortion to me. Someone will fork it or come with a new project. Piracy is a hydra. Yeah, I fully expect someone else is gonna take the work. Like someone who's techie, who has access, like the downloads out there, whatever was already out there, people still have it. They're just gonna regurgitate it. I don't expect this to stay dead for long. It may become more of like a underground project, but I don't expect it to stay away. Yes, the rest of the message is eulogy for the project, including a pair of videos showing team's progress on iOS. Nintendo would not confirm or deny The Verge that it made a deal with the developer. Instead, Nintendo spokesperson Eddie Garcia mysteriously pointed me to Entertainment Software Association head of public affairs Aubrey Quinn, who said she couldn't speak on behalf of Nintendo. I guess I got the run around. Yeah, they paid this dude handsomely because they know legally they couldn't do jack shit. And it's so weird that they're going about this like mafia way, like, you don't take the money, I make you sleep with the fishes. Like, I know that's Italian, but it's still kind of funny. Compared to Yuzu, Ryujinx was thought to be relatively untouchable. Rumored had it that lead developer was based in emulation-friendly Brazil, though it never found proof of what when reporting on the plight of the emulator world earlier this year. Certainly, we never heard about a lawsuit against Ryujinx, nor did Nintendo go after its Discord server or DMCA its GitHub, as we saw with other Switch emulators. GitHub does currently not show a DMCA takedown request. Yeah, because they got paid. If you can't beat them, offer them money to join you. And when I say join, I mean give them money and they won't stand against you. Nintendo with the runabouts. It's so weird because for the longest time, they were also trying to take down other emulator sites for like Game Boy Advance and like old Game Boy games that you couldn't get access to. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a thing. Just look. Nintendo shutting down emulators for Game Boy. I'm just curious. The Verge. Anything else? Nintendo taking all emulators. This was in March. Yeah, Yuzu. So there was other ones besides leaked Game Boy emulator Switch were made. I mean, honestly, outside of this, there was, I don't know what website, but they got shut down. My personal thought is, I think emulators are good. I think you should still pay for the product. But if the service or the access is no longer being sold and you have people selling things for $1,000, I think emulators are fantastic. I think we will eventually get to the point where right now you can have Game Boy Advance games and all that on your phone. Like I can play Pokemon Yellow on my cell phone and it's amazing. And if I ever have a kid, even though I don't have an old Game Boy Color, I can let my kid play Pokemon Yellow for the first time on a phone. And that's awesome. And we will get to a point where Switches will be the same way. You'll be able to play the Switch emulator on your tablet or your lap. I mean, we already do on laptops, but on your tablet, like you do Pokemon Yellow on your phone. It's just going to be so casual, so easy, because as technology advances and as eventually Nintendo's going to move away from the Switch, they're not going to have their balls on top of it and anyone's face that tries to emulate it. But let's be honest, if you try to push people, you tell the human being not to do something, what are they going to do? They're going to do it. So Nintendo's trying to stop people from emulating the Nintendo Switch. You're going to have there's going to be 3 more people working on it. In fact, there's probably already happening, and they're probably waiting until they have a good product. And I say product as a something to sell, but something for the world. And in fact, I'm curious if I can look for it. Nintendo Switch emulator. Let's see if anyone's bold enough. I mean, we know this is going to be closed. Like, we know that there's nothing here, right? We know it's gone. He sold out. What about anyone else? Anyone else feeling ballsy? Sue you. Look at this. A familiar open source and powerful Nintendo Switch. Isn't that interesting? Now, whether this is good or not, I would do your research. Don't just take it for granted. But ain't that a thing? We have Sue You, and I'm curious how new. For press inquiries, I don't know. Maybe it's paid, but there you go. Right off the rip, we already have another one. Sue You. I expect more. I truly do expect more in the time to come. It says Sue You Dev. Maybe they're selling it like the product to people. Maybe it's a scummy website. I don't know, but I expect that we're gonna see more websites pop up that will allow more emulators in the future. Let me know what you think. Do you have Ryujinx? Is it currently working? Can you still use yours? I don't know how it works. I don't know if you need a server running in order for it to work, or can you play offline? If you have it, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if it's still working, like you want to hook a brother up, like I'm just saying. I think I have Yuzu still. I don't know if it works. I have to figure out if I still have it. But let me know in the comments down below. This is a short episode just because I'm still sick icky, but I want to give you something to talk about because this is a big situation, right? When we start shutting down emulators, that's a problem because it hurts the gamers. It's not even like we're not even taking money away from them because they're not making any. If you're not selling it anymore, you're not losing money. So emulators, I think, are acceptable. But you can also let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, again, apology, sicky icky, but I gotta do what I gotta do to give you content, so I'm sorry. Sicky icky out.